It's too late, baby, this will turn it around. I got my hands in my pocket, in my head in the cloud. This is how I do when I think about you. Never thought that you could break me apart. I keep a sinister smile and a hole in my heart. You wanna get inside, then you can get in line, but not this time. 'Cause you caught me off guard. Now I'm running and screaming. That wasn't planned. That wasn't planned. Oh my god, I just realized. Now I'm running and screaming. I didn't mean to do that. My cat right there next to me. That screamed. Did that wake you up, Jakes? Sorry. It's currently 1:57 on August 20th, 2025. 2 days ago, on the 18th, I went on a date. I say a lot of things that I don't mean. I say a lot of things that are meant to be jokes. A lot of things that are meant to be provocative to evoke a certain type of reaction. A few days ago, I went on a date with somebody who is going to become my future spouse one day. And I mean that with every fiber of my body, with every bone trapped within me. I don't care how long. It honestly doesn't matter. I would live and I would die and be reborn 1,000 times just to be with this person for eternity. I don't care if it sounds crazy. I don't care if, well, you don't know. I know. And even if I don't know, I will happily die alone knowing that I at least tried. I watched that movie, I shouldn't say the other day, it was months ago, Serendipity. And that movie did something to me. Something I've had plenty of people who have taken an interest into me over the years, but if there's one thing that I never wanted to do was just be with somebody for the sake of being with somebody, or just be with somebody just because they're interested in me. I wanted to be with somebody who I knew that felt right for me, and that I felt right for them, and they felt right for me. A lot of people who take interest in me don't even know who I am. And I can just tell, like, I am not the person that, I'm not going to change myself to be the person that you want me to be, nor do I want you to change yourself to be the person that I want in a relationship, because that's just not who we are. You're looking for one thing, and I need one thing that isn't you, and I'm not it. I read, you know what? Let's go get it. By the way, I'm not wearing gloves, which isn't that astonishing? Something about this day. I'm okay with being half naked. I'm almost alive, and I need you to try and save me. It's okay that we're dying, but I need you tonight. I don't know the lyrics if you can't tell, but I'll be back. It's been about 8 months. Diary from last year. It's been about 8 months since we last saw each other. 7 months. And okay that we're dying. Actually, I don't really believe it's pertinent to what I'm talking about, but I'll read this excerpt anyways. Today with blank was amazing. Unlike any other days we've had with blank. Things went to the perfect outcome. The comfortability. Ah, they did it again, just like they always do. Brought out a side of me that I felt comfortable revealing to them. A lot was said today that January Eve would have been distraught with, but today me is proud. Proud of everything you did to get us here. What was said specifically doesn't matter so much as the feeling. We both admitted to feeling that we've both changed each other's lives. Without them and without me, we'd be completely different people. A lot of mutual feelings we shared that I still feared was one-sided. Fucking dumbass. I wrote that. That wasn't me. That's what I wrote. Fucking dumbass with the XD face. I love them so much. Today was like that very first day that we met. Blank. But today was me. The real me. That was the first date that we had together. And I always had that feeling whenever we would meet each other. I was always feeling like this is a rehash of the very first time that we met. And I'd say this second date, it wasn't like that at all. It was really strange. I shouldn't say it was strange. Every time we meet, not just in like a going out setting. Well, that's the only time we get to meet now because we don't go to the same institution anymore. But back when we did, it was like almost every time that we would meet. It was just like that was just like the best time ever that we ever had together. Even on that time last year, I thought that was the best time we were gonna have together. And this recent time, Jesus Christ, this time like 2 days ago, it was something special because it was us. Who we are as people and why we are together, it's so unique. Nobody's going to have that same story of intricacies. Of course you're going to have people who found each other in college, but not in the same way and not with the same little interweaving details that make us who we are, you know? And it was like I saw myself for the first time. I don't know. It was a strange feeling of like I think when we first met, I was kind of subconsciously waiting for them to hate me. 'Cause usually people who I meet only ever like one aspect of me. Usually it might be, oh, Eve is only supposed to be funny and happy and jokey, and so people don't like my side like this. Or people only usually like one aspect of me and not my entire being. And so I was kind of waiting for that day to come when they saw a side of me that they didn't like. And that day never came. It was like I was so scared and trying to, I don't want to say, I was trying to impress a person that already liked me. And it was like today I had none of that fear. I mean, I was still nervous, which kind of sucked, because I'm not gonna lie to you, I bossed up in this last year. I don't know if you've seen it, but listen, bitch. The type of person, who I was last year in comparison to now, oh my god. Okay, first of all, I would beat my little ass from last year, honestly. I'm gonna be honest, my ass from like last year would probably beat my ass now. Could she? Probably. I was cracked out and that was crazy last year. I was cracked out and that was crazy. So you know, like that crackhead strength, yeah, that shit go crazy. But like, I got the smarts. I'm smarter than that bitch. I don't give a fuck. I could beat that little nigga's ass. Absolutely. Oh, and no, I could beat crackhead strength from last year. The smarts from this year. The intelligence. You know what they said to me? No, hold on. I'll get back to that at a later time. If I even have time in this video, because my camera might. But, it was like, I was always so nervous of them, I guess, in some way. When we first met, I've never had a feeling of feeling like somebody was above me. And not on some like, I think you're better than me, but on some like, I don't feel like I'm at an adequate level to be around this person. And even though they never said anything like that, if anything, they would say the opposite. But I just knew I wasn't at the level that I felt comfortable with. And it was through them that I just realized that I need to do so much more. Some of it back then might have been just to impress them, but even still, even without them, I knew that I just wasn't where I wanted to be. Every time we leave each other, it's like I get this new sense of energy and purpose of I need to do so much more. And now I'm not even thinking about them. It's not that I don't think about them. I think about them more often than I would like to admit. At least lately. But that's because we've been away for so long. This is actually the longest we've been separated. Damn, I definitely could not have done that last year. I remember like, it was like spring break, bitch. Spring break, I think that shit was 10 days. And I was fucking reeling off of 10 fucking days. 2 5s back to back, bitch. When summer hit, girl, that shit was only 2 months. I remember sometime last year, actually in August, same. It's so crazy looking at my old diary, like entries from last year. I'm just all like, damn, she was kind of a bitch. Me, not, cause that, me. I'm referring to myself there. I'm just all like, damn, you couldn't handle that. I could not. Oh, I guess I didn't really handle it. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? Wait, where? Oh, I can't see it because it's. I put a hole in my wall. Yeah, I'm not proud of that. I kind of made a video talking about how I kind of descended into madness. If you want to watch that, you can. But yeah, it was. I'm definitely not proud of that. It was. I definitely. If there's one thing I have to work on, it's getting a hold of my emotions. Like, this was after I told them that I think it's best that we don't speak for like 2-3 years. For whatever fucking reason, and I was crying in my bed, and it was hot as shit. I fucking hate heat. It's summer, so of course it's hot. And like a wave of heat just hit me while I was already crying, and I just fucking snapped and just like fucking, you know? It's like I couldn't even tell you what was going through my mind at that moment. why I was so sad. I can give you like splices. I know it had to do with potentially not seeing them for years. But because of that one split moment, I have that permanent fucking patch in my wall off of some shit that I just couldn't control for one goddamn second. Like, this year has been... I think this year has been great for me creatively. I'm a bit nervous to talk about this, so I'm not going to tell you. But a lot of things creatively that I've done. I mean, the Resident Evil videos, the writing, the everything. This is the most creatively juiced up year of my life, even if it has been the worst year of my adult life thus far, which in the grand scheme of things, nothing will ever come close to the misery that was my childhood. But in terms of good to bad years, this was still a good year, but overall a terrible year for my adulthood, I should say. Whenever I leave them, they always give me this sense of like, I always leave feeling rejuvenated, feeling good, and feeling like there's so much I want to do that I haven't done or that I didn't even know I had to do. And again, it's not to impress them or anything, it's for myself. We have very similar backgrounds. And they were talking about how, by the way, when I say this, I'm not saying that I'm half black. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I have one side of my family that is directly from Africa, and then I have another side of my family who, I don't know. No, they're not. They have a very similar, well, I shouldn't say very, they have the exact same background as I. And they were talking about their African side of the family, and they were going into their, their history or whatever. And we don't have to get into why I don't know, but I just kind of realized, I was like, I really don't know anything about like my people, I guess. And I was listening to them talk about theirs, and I was all like, that is something I really should know. That is something that's like a segmented part of me that it's going to be difficult considering the fact that I don't have that side of the family anymore because, who I am. But I was like, whatever I have to do, I like, this is one thing that we talked about actually, was I've been trying to come on here for a while to talk to you all face to face. And it was hard. A lot of times I was going to come in and it was going to be a lot of rants. It was going to be a lot of not actual hatred or anger, but video anger. And then it was going to be sadness. I think for this entire year I was going crazy because I felt like there just wasn't anybody who understood who I am, or I felt like I just couldn't relate to people anymore. And that was my stomach, if you could hear that. And I was so like, what the fuck is wrong with me? What is wrong with me that I just don't, people are just like, I don't feel anything with people anymore because these conversations that they want to have, they feel so superfluous to me, and they feel just like, I just don't care. Like, conversations that I want to have, people don't want to have. Specifically talking about this group of people that I had to get rid of. I wanted to have these more mature conversations, but it was like I was the only one talking. And it was like, whenever I would speak, it was like people just wanted to move on to the next topic. And I was all like, well, why the fuck am I here then? My camera's about to die. I'll come back. And with them, they're all like, yeah, I felt that too. And for the first, like, we had so many conversations that I was like, I've been meaning to talk about this for fucking ever, but nobody wants to have these conversations. And I cried because I was so like, I straight up thought that I was like a fucking alien to people because I just felt, I don't know. I was so angry this year because I just felt so out of place. But with them, it was all like, it was just like, no, I was just at the wrong place. I'll be back. My camera's about to. It was such like an eye-opening experience of being surrounded by people who just weren't for me at all this entire year. To have a conversation with somebody that felt so easy, so natural, so right. It was like I got hit with everything all at one time. I was like, what have I been doing? And before I met them, I never believed in a lot of things. I never believed in spirituality. I never believed in love. I never believed that there would ever be a person that I would ever feel comfortable being around. And every single time they proved me wrong. And it was like there's so many little things that are just too coincidental. I'm just all like, there has to be something there. There has to be something. There's too many coincidences of like, I don't even want to go into it, at least not now. But it's so like, somebody's looking out. I don't know who, I don't know why, but somebody's looking out. This isn't a big one, of course, because of course it's just like what happened. But one thing is, I was invited to this sort of get together, this trip. I was invited to this trip with these group of people that I knew I wasn't meant to be around. And it was more than likely going to happen around the time of the meeting that I was supposed to have with them. And we didn't plan this. We planned to like meet maybe like, I got invited to this thing like months prior. And we weren't speaking at that point because I was, going through what I was going through. Reminder. And if I had gone on that trip with those people, I don't even want to imagine what would have happened. But because I didn't, this was the highlight of my entire fucking year. Well, hold on. I've had a lot of highlights this entire year. But like, I told them, I was all like, this is definitely the best moment out with somebody that I care about. You know what? I'm not gonna tell y'all what I said. Y'all don't need to know. Ah! You know what's funny? Nah, okay. So like, we used to, I don't know what happened. I'm assuming it must be posture. But how do you lose 2 inches off of posture? There's no way. So like, when we first met, like did I actually genuinely just grow taller? That doesn't even make sense. After 18? Nah, no way, man. But like, so when we first met, we were like the same height. Genuinely. We were both 5'9", 1 meter 75, 76. Right? They'll say that they were taller than me. Fuck out of here. We were the same height. If anything, they might have edged me out by like this much. Not even like that. But I swear to God, we were the same height. If anything, y'all. I told y'all I got taller, but I didn't understand how logically. And so like every time I would think about, oh yeah, I got taller, I would think like, okay, I have to meet them because I have to see like visually because I know for a fact that we were the same height. Yo, I will always say that I'm only like 5'10 and a half, like between like 1 meter 79, 1 meter 80-ish. But like, oh God, before we were like this, Now it's like, now I swear to God, I look like I'm 5'11" on them. And I know damn well I'm not 5'11". I know damn well I'm not 5'11". But like, it was crazy as shit to see like somebody who I used to be like this with, like neck and neck. Like, I'm looking down on them now. That shit was crazy as fuck, man. You know what else they said to me? So, I confided in them. I was all like, yeah, I think maybe sometime I'm gonna get like ADHD, like I'm gonna get that checked out. They said, you're gonna get it checked out? I thought you already knew. Already knew what? I thought, you don't know that you're. They didn't even give me an option. They're all like, yeah, you have that shit. And I'm like, okay, hold on. No. You can't. And they're all like, well, you do this, you do that, and then you also do. I'm like, I don't give a fuck on that. Don't get that armchair shit out of my ears, nigga. Don't talk to me. I don't want to hear that shit. I thought you already knew. You had the symptoms of da 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 da. Symptoms of and you know what they said to me? Bitch ass nigga, man. You know what they said to me? They go, yeah, your special interest right now is comic books. Comic books! I make one video about the Fantastic Four. All of a sudden, I have a special interest in comic books. Get the fuck out of here. Like, you know what's crazy? They're all like, they didn't even give me the fucking option to be all like, oh yeah, you might not, and it could just be. They were just all like, they were like, yeah, if you need help one day with finding medication, just call me. I'm like, you think I'm a bit? Okay. You know what? You know what's crazy? Today, I actually just ringed up my doctor, and I was like, hey doc, I need that ADHD like screening test. And he was a bit shaken. He was like, what? Is this Evelyn? I was confused because this is the first time I ever called an ADHD doctor, and he was like, is this Evelyn? And I was like, it is. And he goes, no, you can't get it. You don't have ADHD. We actually, ADHD, which stands for Evelyn doesn't have that shit. They spell Evelyn with the A. I don't know what's up with that. They were like, Evelyn don't have that shit, was actually programmed after your mind, like millions of years before you were actually even conceived, because we've known that your mind is just so neurotypical that we just had the foresight to model what ADHD wasn't around your entire like molecular substance, you know. And so I was all like, listen, doc, bro, like these niggas are on my ass. They trying to put this neurodivergent. They trying to put this neuro detergent on my shit, and I'm trying to show them I'm already clean. And so I'm just all like, listen, doc, I'm gonna come through. You do your little joint on me. You prove to these niggas that I don't got that shit, and then I'm gonna leave. All right? He goes, okay, Evelyn, I'll see you tonight. Okay, I'm like, I'm gonna see you tonight, doc. Hey, take care of yourself, all right? He goes, I will, Evelyn, I will. Make sure you get here safe. Take care of yourself too, doc. Boop. So like, it's like 3 p.m. right now. I'm about to go, after I film this video, I'm about to go, you know, get the little joint so I can prove all these niggas wrong. But like, let me just tell y'all about like comic books real quick. And listen. Y'all know I don't be talking about comic books like that. Y'all know I made one fucking video. By the way, they have no clue that I have like I do this, so don't even get this. They're not gonna see this. But like let me just. It has not. If I was talking about fucking anime and manga, nobody would call it a special interest. This hierarchy of nerd geek culture, which is mainstream culture, after like the 2010s, geek culture became incredibly mainstream. Talk about it. These new anime fans piss me off. No, I'm sorry. Oh wait, hold on. No. Cause like, let me get this off. Cause I want to go back. But like. Now, what should I talk? Yo, these post-2015 anime fans piss me off. Now listen, bitch, because these post-2015 anime fans, they have this hierarchy. These post-15 anime fans move like the people who hated anime before it became mainstream. Y'all are literally, and don't get it twisted, all of my classmates loved me growing up. The only people who ever bullied me were adults. And kid on adult stuff like that, in my book, is harassment, not bullying. So all the kids loved me. All my classmates loved me. I was never bullied by any of them. I was not running through the hallways with my hands around my back doing katum. I learned that, but I wasn't doing that shit. Like, chill out, bro. So again, I was not bullied. All my classmates loved me. But these new post-2015 anime fans, whenever they hear like people talk about how anime or whatever nerd culture used to be frowned upon back in the day, they go, well you were running through the halls screaming. Do you know that most geek niggas are the most introverted, the most You think niggas were running through the fucking halls? You absolute garrulous, stupid prat! Are you actually stupid? Running through the holes? If anything, niggas were probably hiding in their fucking lockers. Not me, again, because I'm not one of the niggas that you're thinking of. But these new anime fans, they move. First of all, I don't even gotta talk about this. Because at the end of the day, most of y'all would not even like anime if it wasn't for the fact that everybody else likes it now. Bitch ass nigga, man. Copycat ass nigga, man. Follower ass, sheep ass nigga, man. And the only reason why I'm even hyped like this is because anime is so mainstream now. And so like, I'm yelling with my cat, right? She's used to it at this point. It's so mainstream now. I'm seeing anime niggas crap and dunk on other lesser known fandoms who are quite literally the same exact way as y'all. Is it? I was in the anime fandom since childhood. I know the deep-rooted sectors of that community. And the fact that these new anime fans want to act like anime and anime fandom is so squeaky clean that they can just shit on other fandoms that are the exact same. The fact that anime fans now will look at other lesser-known fandoms and call them weird is so ironic. It is so ironic. Because I'm just like, oh, baby, you don't know what you're a part of. Oh, you don't know what you're a part of. Oh, but because you see this celebrity talking about how they like anime now, all of a sudden you feel superior. Fuck out of here. I'm sorry, I don't even know why I went on that rant. Anyways, so I watched Superman the other day. What a beautiful piece of cinema. I mean, what an absolutely brilliant piece of cinema. I could talk about so many things about Superman. I started reading the comic books, the original Action Comics from 1938, I believe those started. And I really enjoyed, no spoilers about Superman, but I didn't think I was going to enjoy this aspect. Oh, I watched Supergirl also, the one from like 1980 something. I don't know what year that film came out. But I really enjoyed the dynamic between Lois and Clark. What the? Lois and Clark? What the hell? Why does that sound so... Between Lois and Superman. Like they were so cute together, especially this one scene where Superman runs in and like he grabs like Superman, he comes in. Sorry, chicks. He comes in, right? He runs into the he walks into the building because I have to act nonchalant, and then he just runs to Lois and then they fly out the air, and that's why oh my god, they were so cute. Oh, I was rewatching the MCU. One of my favorite movies is actually started with Captain America, the Winter Soldier, and then also the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, which was directed, I think it was written by James Gunn as well, I'm not too sure. But it was like, damn, that's crazy. Gunn's film still holds up to this day, because I already I'm not gonna link the video. If y'all seen it. Y'all already know how I feel about the MCU thus far. But the Winter Soldier, and then coming off the Winter Soldier going into Guardians of the Galaxy, I was like, the MCU back in like the early, almost mid to 2010s, that shit was hitting. I haven't gone to, next up I have Age of Ultron. I don't remember how that's gonna hold up, but yeah, Gunn, I'm really, Gunn, you know how to do your thing. I'm looking forward to watching Suicide Squad now because I really enjoyed this Superman film. I thoroughly enjoyed the Superman film. But yeah, I've been reading Action Comics because it's an interest of mine that isn't fucking special. It's a regular interest. You know damn well if I was talking about anime, oh my god, Naruto in episode 32, it would be a regular thing. But because I'm talking about fuck out of here. Anyways, I was expecting like Lois to be kind of, I mean, I've only read like maybe, I think I'm only on like issue 5, issue 6 maybe. But Lois, even though she definitely is like some damsel in distress most of the time, her character is actually so much different than what I expected her to be. Of course, I don't think I'm gonna get like Superman James Gunn levels of relationship type thing between Lois and Clark until like much later, but I want to get a baseline for what Superman was bossed up as hell in the comics, boy. I swear to God, Superman was moving like I'm making this up, but this is to show you how bossed up he was. There would be a scene where like somebody would have a gun and be like, yo, no, it would be like Superman would hold somebody above like would be holding somebody's neck off above, like hanging over a building, and then the person would be like, you wouldn't drop me, I know you wouldn't drop me. He would be like, nigga, please, and then just drop their ass. Of course he would catch them, but it was like, I'm not doing a good job explaining it, but Superman, that nigga is a savage in the comics, yo. I swear to God, there was one panel, I wish I remember, but I was in the shit, I was like, whoa, this is not the Man of Steel that I know. Like he would have a villain, I'm making this up as well, but I can't remember specifics, but he would have a villain, and like, the villain would be trapped in water or something, and then Superman would save the person that the villain has captured, and then the villain would be like bumping, like, get me out of here, please. I can't think of a concept because it's so ass, but it's whatever. He's really savage in the comics thus far, but yeah, Superman's kind of like, I don't use this word in the way that the internet uses it post 2020, but Superman's kind of a simp. Not really. It's just like, I would expect a 1930 something comic to have Lois be the one chasing Superman, but in the comics it's actually Superman who's chasing Lois, and she wants nothing to do with him because she wants Superman, but she doesn't know that he's Superman. And I was all like, okay, interesting because I 100%, I mean, it's the 1930s. I 100% expected Superman, Clark to be all like bossed up. I'm Superman. And then Lois to be all like, oh my God, he's so awesome, he's so ah! Which I guess she does do for Superman. I'm just saying, I'm enjoying the comics thus far. I don't know how far I'm going to go up to, because I do know it's like 300 comics plus. I'll probably break off at some point, because I really just want to see something that has to do specifically with like Lois and Clark's just like dynamic together, because I really enjoyed that in the film. Honestly speaking, if they made a film surrounding Superman and Lois just together, if there were more scenes between their dynamic, Crypto, the super dog, Crypto, up in the way, it's Crypto, the super dog, Crypto, up in the way. Yo, do y'all remember that cartoon? I'm gonna be honest. Whoever was commissioned to make that track back in the day, I know them niggas were heated as shit. They asked like, hey yo, we need a 2-minute children's cartoon intro about Superman's dog. And then the dude just pulled up, he had fucking like 3 lines. I know them niggas were hot. Like, bro, what happened to the rest of the song? And he just looked at them like, Crypto, the super dog, Crypto, up in the way, it's Crypto, the super dog, Crypto, up in the way. How does she sleep with me yelling like that?
He's a super dog. He's a superhero. From outer space, and his name is Crypto. He's super strong. He's super brave. He's Crypto. He's super dog. Crypto. Crypto. He's super dog. Crypto. He's super smart in every way. Crypto. He's super dog. Crypto.
The super dog. Do y'all remember Underdog? Underdog. I don't remember. I only saw the movie with like Kyle Massey up in that hoe. Underdog theme song from movie. What was it? Plain White Tees. Hey there, Delilah, what's it like in New York City? I'm 1,000 miles away, but girl, tonight you look so pretty. Oh, hell no, is this copyrighted? Oh, this is copyrighted. Hold on, let me hear it real quick. I'm gonna be honest, this shit was not a hit. My camera's about to die. You know what was a hit? I see this in the That's a whole different thing. Amanda Show! Hold on. A world without danger. Lyrics. Come on. Before my camera dies. No! There is a world that is virtual and different. It can be so cold, makes us stand up for what's right. I hope through the life, if we reset it it to the start. Here we are, going far to save all that we love. If we give what we got, we will make it through. Here we are, like a star shining bright on your world today.